leading while you're not there? Like, what's your thoughts on that? For instance, Liver King, he's a part of the 85% that need help, but yet he's trying to lead the 85%.
I think it's totally fine. Like, as long as you're on your journey, right, as long as you're doing the work to address it, you talk about the work that you're doing to address it. I mean, when you say the 85%, you mean like the low self-esteem.
The low self-esteem,
people,
yeah.
Right? He can lead the low self-esteem people if he's actually addressing his low self-esteem, and then he can talk about how he's addressing it. But that wasn't what he was doing, right?
Correct.
He wasn't actually addressing it. What he was doing was he was taking all these drugs and bulking up and being wealthy and famous and successful and all that stuff, and yet he still had low self-esteem.
Right.
So clearly what he was doing wasn't working. What he told us was that he was driven by that low self-esteem to do so, which I get that, I understand that, but if you have low self-esteem, you need to actually address it and not take drugs to try to feel, look better. So hoping that you will feel better about yourself, because you're not.
That's true. So what are your thoughts on, just in general, you're not there yet, but you want to lead people somewhere. Like, do you think it's the same whether or not you have low self-esteem, you're helping people with low self-esteem, or I'm trying to help people with purpose and I don't quite know my purpose all the way yet? Do you feel this incongruency?
Yeah, I mean, yes, like, be honest about where you're at. Right? So if you haven't found your purpose, but you found out stuff about it, like, I think you can share that, and if people are interested in that, they will follow you. If they're not, they won't. But don't go and lie about it. And generally, like, you want to have achieved what you're helping people do, for sure. But above all, you want to be honest about it. Right? Some people might be like, "Hey, I love to follow this guy on his journey to figuring this out," and they're going to do that. And maybe they want to buy a product from you, a course or something about what you've discovered so far in your journey. That's totally legit. 100%. Just be honest about where you're at.
Honesty.
There's a lot of stuff that we're teaching Academy that I haven't done, but I'm just honest in saying, hey, I've done all this research. This is what I found. This is what I'm learning from the best in the field. I'm still in the process of learning, of applying this, or I have no intention of applying this, or I'm in the process of like writing my book and getting that out, and I'll share more as I know, but this is what I found out so far, and maybe it's going to work, maybe it's not going to work, right? But I'm not trying to be something I'm not.
Gotcha. That's big.
If you try to be something that you're not, you're basing it on a lie. And that lie is going to destroy you from the inside. It's going to haunt you. And at some point, you're going to be exposed. And that's going to be a good thing, because that means now you can live in congruency with who you are, rather than living on this lie. Living a lie is always going to fucking destroy you from the inside.
So true.
That's why I think Hunter Biden is secretly trying to get his father ousted, right? He's secretly trying to be discovered.
Wow.
I think that's why he's doing a lot of shit that he's doing.
Wow.
Like, unconsciously. Right? I mean, why does he call his father Pedo Peter on his phone? Right? Like, if he doesn't want to be found out. Like,
Yeah.
like it's but I think there is that drive to kind of just expose it all and be rid of this like big lie that he's been living his entire life.
Yeah.
I think it's just part of our nature. We can't escape that.
That's true.
It's like trying to keep this beach ball underwater. It's gonna it takes so much effort to keep it down, to continue to keep it down, and then at some point it's gonna just blow up and explode, and you're gonna be like, oh, thank God. It's also gonna be drama and problems, and like there's gonna be fallouts and consequences, but there's gonna be that like, thank God this thing is fucking finally out now.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.